Hello, my angels and devils, and all who may wander here. It is Amanda Christina. It is hot as Hades in Australia right now, and I got a box. What's in the box? In the box. What's in the American Crafts box? I had to say to myself, I opened this because I honestly did not know what it was. I did not realize that American Crafts had bought We Are Memory Keepers. We Are Memory Keepers bought out Lifestyle Crafts. I was always a huge fan of Lifestyle Crafts dyes. I'm glad We Are Memory Keepers has kept some of the range because it is a really good lot of products. So this is my prize. I did have a quick, super quick peek just to make sure I was opening the right box. I have pulled out some stuff so we can have a play with it. So let's see what's in the box. In the box, what's in this We Are Memory Keepers box? I'm so excited. So I won this on Instagram. I've never won an Instagram giveaway before. I've never won a Twitter one either. So the first thing I won is the, what's it called? Scalloped goodie bag guide. How gorgeous. And I have this paper. I'm so excited that I bought that. I bought the glassine from the Blitzy Black Friday sale because it was $5 for 20 sheets, and it's ombre and it's so pretty. I didn't even think about having a guide for it, but now I do, which makes me super, super excited. And once we get past all the... Is there a card? No card, nothing else, just my prize. Lucky I knew to expect it. I honestly, the courier was very insistently knocking this morning, or this afternoon. I'm just going to pop this box on the floor because it's going to go in my recycling bin. And I also won a Oh Goodie, which is all the little Christmas glassine, which I'm not going to open right now. There's 24 sheets. And they are the sheets that are in it. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 4 of each sheet, which is really nice. I think that I'll pop that in my nice stash of Christmas stuff for Vlogmas 2017. Really excited. But as I said, I had purchased this pack, which was for the other version of this, which is, I think you can actually unclip the other version and make it smaller and bigger, which I kind of like, but I understand why they didn't do that this time. So I had bought this pack for $5, so I am going to crack that open. I also have some cardstocks and some paper, some thick paper and cardstocks, and just to try, just so we can see what works best with this and see if it will work with other things other than We Are Memory Keepers. So we pop the seal. Oh my god, this is so exciting. I love new craft supplies. I love getting to play with new craft supplies. I'm starting to build up a really nice stash of We Are Memory Keepers, sort of easy products that make life easier. Oh, how pretty is that? So that's the goodie bag guide. It's a really nice colour. Now, I did watch a demo of this, so I vaguely know what I am doing. And I say vaguely, but it is pretty simple. So here are the instructions, which we will follow. And I'll just move the packaging out of the way. And see, on the back even, it has really quick and simple instructions. I am so excited. This is a new product. This is something I think they bought it. They had the original one, but now they have the scalloped one. And I really love the scalloped one. The scallop is, I don't mind the little jaggedly edges, but yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of the glassine. Now, seeing as this is supposed to be foolproof, I am going to pick a colour, and I am working on some Happy Mail for Melinda and Alexis at the moment. Unfortunately, there's no purple in here, but there is pink, and I happen to know that pink is Miss Alexis's favourite colour, I think. I could be wrong. And if I got that wrong, Melinda, you'll have to correct me before I finish doing the Happy Mail. Or Alexis might shoot me, but I'm pretty sure in one of the things they had for their birthday entries, Alexis got pink and Melinda got purple, and they were their favourite colours. So, unfortunately, this doesn't have a purple in it, which is a bit of a shame. It does have a bluey, an aqua, a green, a yellow, an orange, a sort of red to pink, and a pink ombre. So that's pretty cool. So now I'm just going to move this stuff out of the way, and we're going to follow the instructions, which basically say to this paper is sticking to my craft sheet, which is not such a huge drama. It says to line up your two guides. Now, I might push it up a little because I don't like wasting paper. But the thing is, with these bits, these are big enough to die cut with, so don't throw those out. And then basically, let's see, tear from both edges. So we go from this edge first. Okay, what I can tell you, okay, so we're just gonna, well, make sure that's, hold on to that, is that there are times when it's not tearing the way I felt like it should, which is it's not giving you the nice scallops. So you've got to kind of pull it in as you go. As you can see, my first attempt is a little wiggy, and that's okay. This, as I said, this is my first attempt at it. It does give you the scallop, but there are a couple of spots where the scallop didn't really come through. So we'll try that again. I don't know whether you need to have a stronger motion, whether it's because the person I saw did it just went foomph, but it is quite interestingly a little difficult, and maybe just having that little bit more room at the bottom. Okay, so we're lining that up. Again, this is the Ken Oliver craft mat, which has a sort of no stick thing. So they do show bringing it down a bit more. So what I'll do is I'll bring this one down a bit more, just to, because they do show having quite a decent gap there. So we'll do this, and okay, so if I pull too fast, it kind of, yeah, this is interesting. As I said, I have not used one of these before. I'm sure it's a learning curve. Okay, how did that turn out? That turned out a bit better, but I'm not, as I said, this is me. This is me using this for the first time, so you're getting this as I'm learning it. So then what you do is you line up your edges and you fold them over and push them down. And then I'm just going to take my bone folder and just go along that line. It's cute. I'm just a little disappointed that it didn't cut as strongly as I had thought it would. And you know what? That's probably a learning curve. I would say that's a learning curve. If you've seen my Hampton Arts, which I've got to redo because I realised, thanks to a couple of people, I did it wrong. The stamp press, you'll know that I am a person who sometimes gets it wrong, and I'm not afraid to admit that I sometimes get it wrong. Okay, this isn't quite lining up, so that would have been my line of sight being a little wrong or a little wonky here. Hang on, how do I fix that? Just there, maybe? Yeah, okay. Oh, hang on, I wonder, did I fold that piece? Okay, I've got this a little wonky, but anyone who knows me, I will tell you now, I get things wonky. I am a wonky girl. I am sucky with the straight lines. But as you can see, I have not managed to get that to fold up properly, to match up properly. However, when I fold the end bit up, that will hide that anyway. So that will hide that. Oh, but then I end up with a bit that, oh no, oh no, oh no. I kind of screwed my first one up, which means I should have done it in a colour that I didn't really want, but I'm sure Alexis will forgive me. And then we have the same thing for this, where it folds over, you stick one side down, so I think I'll do it the ombre way. So we'll stick this little bit, we'll stick these two bits down. Now, as I said, this was my first attempt. I have no idea. I watched one video once when I won it, so over a month ago, to see how this would work, and that is it. So I haven't really been, I guess, studying how to use one of these. I'm going to look at the instructions again and do it again. Where are we at? We're at 10 minutes, so that's okay. This is a kind of mixed video, and look, the thing is with this is I learn as I go, so I'm kind of a fly by the seat of your pants crafter. I usually do things wrong. I'm not afraid to admit that I do things wrong. That's what I'm like as a crafter. I will, like when I do my tutorials for things, quite often it's something I haven't made before. You'll see coming up on the weekend there is a banner tutorial. I've never made a banner before. I did do a denim banner one, denim bunting, which is slightly different. See, and what I can do just to fix that little bit is just chop this little bit here and cut it there, just to make it sort of even up a bit more. Although you do lose your pretty scallops if you fix that, but I can just sort of go along and just snip off the scallops. So it sort of looks like it was meant to be that way. But that's super cute. That is so super cute. Look at that. And like, I'm looking at this thinking, oops, I put tape in the wrong spot. I'll fix that in a minute. I'll just have to gradually work into this. Thank God it's Express It and not the super strong stuff, because Express It will peel off this easily enough. This would be really good to make the loaded bags with. Because you could easily, like as your main bag part, this would be super cute to make loaded bags with. As I said, I'm going to try it with a few different things. That's it with the glassine. I thought the glassine would tear a little easier than it did. Maybe it's me. It could just be that this isn't necessary. I wonder if this wasn't cut out properly, because there is a double, looking like a double edge bit. That's just the flat bit, I think. So that's me, my first attempt. Cute little ombre pink glassine bag that I'm going to fill with goodies for Miss Alexis. So let's try this with some cardstock. So we're going to move that out of the way. We're going to line this up a little lower this time. Now what I'm doing is trying to make sure that, now I know this was hard out of the Watsy, so I'm not, oh, this must be slightly different sizing to the, yeah, because I have to cut, my line is just slightly in, so I'm going to hold this and I'm just going to go. Now that's interesting. I actually found it easier to tear into, hang on, as long as I hold it down. Oh, and then okay, I'm a left-hander, so I may find it easier to do this in one motion. Even though it says to come back from the middle, I may find it easier to do that in one motion. That's the first tear. But I am left-handed, and I am definitely finding that when I do the left side, I am doing really well with it. But then when I do the right side, I am struggling. So we're just trying to make sure the 12 line is just in a little bit. Okay, I want to move this down a bit more, Let's make this a bit smaller. Make sure my lines are roughly evened up. Okay, now let's just do it. I know it says to pull in from each corner, but you know what? Let's try doing it one strip across, just to see whether that makes a difference or not. Okay, it did make a difference to these bits, though I did lose it a little here. So I find it easier to do it in one motion. However, the instructions do say to do it in two motions, and that's okay. I think it may be just a case of learning what is right for you. These, as I said, these pieces of extra can be used, like, yeah, don't waste your glassine, because glassine is hard to come by. I mean, I would use those bits for die cutting and stuff. So let's see how well lined up my bag is. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me for sneezing. Okay, so we want to line that bit with that bit, and we want to bring it into a fold. And then we do the same for this side. We line up this bit with this bit. Oh, I wonder if it's because I'm not getting a delineated line sort of thing here. Okay, that I might be getting it slightly wrong. Okay, so let's see how they line up. Yep, see, that lines up a lot better than the last one. Look at that. That lines up a lot better on my second attempt. And then we'll do, I don't know which one to do for the bottom. I think we'll do this bit at the bottom because there's a bit more white showing. Now, here's the thing. If you have white showing and you don't want white showing, just ink it. Just grab your inking tool, some brown ink or whatever colour ink you want. This actually, I feel, worked a little bit better for me out of cardstock, amazingly. I wasn't prepared for it to work better out of cardstock. You could also take your scissors and just run that around and just cut off that little bit, like, to give it that sort of smoother look. I'm a big fan of rustic, and I would probably honestly take my ink blending tool and blend and just blend around. But see, if you cut it off, you get a nice smooth edge. So let's stick this one down. I'm actually really happy to have this. I'm going to have so much fun playing with it. It is something that there is a learning curve to, so I guess use cardstock and stuff. You're not, paper and cardstock, you're not upset to waste, which is why I only did one sheet of the glassine, because I don't want to waste my glassine. Yeah, so I think that honestly this is a really good tool. I think especially for those of us that send a lot of happy mail, who are always looking for ways to package things, there's a nice size in that. Like, I'm looking at that and I just see an envelope, like adding an extra envelope here, maybe adding some, like a little belly band or like a little piece here to tuck things in. You've got such a good amount of space to fill that as an envelope. They're good for goodie bags. If you are having a wedding, you could certainly invest and make your own, instead of buying paper bags, make your own bags. There's so much scope for something like this. Like, I'm sure there are other things you could do. Let me see. This is a thinner cardstock. So this is thicker than, okay, thinner than this, thicker than this. It's sort of like a cardstock paper, I would say. So let's try this one, shall we? Okay, we'll have our stripes going down. Let's try this again. Now this paper again is a little bigger than their 12 inches. So I'm going to pull this right down and give myself a good tearing point for there. Okay, this one actually almost lines up. Okay, so we do that. And I'm going to do the one pull motion again, because I find that a lot easier than the other motion. See, for me, I find I get a much better scallop. And what I'm doing is I'm actually going to use this side as my main side. What I'm noticing is if I do that, I am not getting those white marks on my scallop. So if you pull it on the opposite side, if you've got double-sided and you pull it on the opposite side of what you want, you won't get those white marks. So we're going to bring this in again. Now, I know I am pulling it with my right hand. I realise that, but I am left-handed, so going from the left side for me is a lot easier. Now, I'm just sticking my fingers down across this to create a nice seal, and I think I just have to move my fingers as I go, and we pull in towards the guide. And see, when you pull in towards the guide as well, you're getting a much better, that is definitely a lot better than the first two I attempted. So it's a slow but pull in towards you. And I know this video is going to be long. This is going to be the last one I do, I think. I just really wanted to have a play and see how well this kind of worked in a couple of different things. And because I just got this, like, how freaking exciting that I won this. I cannot believe I won such an awesome prize. Okay, yes, it came after Christmas, but it was such a wonderful surprise. I won two things last year. I won a $10 credit for Blitzy, and I won this. So these were my little Christmas treats, I guess, that I got. So we just do that. Yep, see, look at how well that lines up compared to the first one I did. This really does make a difference, and I'm going to fold this bit up here. You kind of just want to have it down from all your... This is such a pretty tool. I can see me using this a lot, because for Happy Mail, even if it's just putting like a flip book or some little bits in it, I just think that is such a nice way to package things. You can do a little decoration on the front. I am loving this. I am so excited to have this. As I said, like, it's taking me a little while to get the hang of it, but I really like that it is such a simple tool. I know some people bag We Are Memory Keepers for coming out with tools that are, I guess, for some people who are really creative, tools that are maybe not something that you can't do yourself. But here's the thing. This is the thing with crafting nowadays. And this makes me really happy, because I have a big philosophy of anyone can craft. Now, not everyone has all the fancy tools. Like, not everyone, for example, will have a die cutting machine or a, not everyone will have a die cutting machine or, you know, have embossing folders or embossing inks or inks and other things, whereas something like this, all you need is the tool, some tape, and, you know, some paper, and you're set to go. And I think that's really cool, because not everyone is a craft hoarder like a lot of us are, and I think sometimes just having those tools that make you feel creative, it is... I look at the We Are Memory Keepers tools, as something you can use to make crafting a lot easier, a lot more fun, a lot more simple. A kid can do this. Look, just so cute. Yeah, see, this is the best one I did so far, and that was sort of a light cardstock, I would say. I'm going to try a piece of cardstock, ugly colour, I know, but just playing with things and just sort of seeing what works. So I am just going to line this up while I'm talking. I just think that, things like the Tim Holtz Distress range, that is there to help crafters. But what it also does is help people who don't see themselves as creative to be creative. Whoa. Okay, this is a lot harder to tear. Whoa, mama. Don't know if you saw that one break, but I sure did. Okay, where were we? Okay, so we have to go from this side now, because this is up. Okay, so the one thing I will tell you is we don't want anything too thick. That works, but it's hard. Oh, that's messy too. As I said, this is just a piece that's been in my stash for a while. Okay, let's try that again, shall we? Oh my goodness. This is definitely a lot harder to work with, I will say that. So I'm just gonna... Yeah, no, this is not a good one to work with. This is too thick. So you've got to find that nice balance between too thick and not thick enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold this over and see if this looks okay as a bag. This will probably most likely just go in the bin. Well, the recycling, of course. It's cardboard. And yeah. So I have this thing where I've always believed that anyone can craft. I taught my crafters that when I taught at West Street. I try to make my tutorials in a way that means that if you're not a crafter, if you're someone who doesn't really craft but might have some of the tools, or, might want to say try quilling, for example, but don't have a lot of money to invest. Like, quilling is a really good place to start because it's super cheap. Like, you can pick up the stuff to quill from, like, on eBay to get a quilling tool and basically a quilling, quilling tool, quilling guide, like if you're someone who's not confident in doing that. So quilling tool, quilling guide, and some quilling paper. If you look, you can actually get that all, and a quilling board for about $10 Australian. And that's pretty good. Like, so your quilling tool, and they have kits as well, but like if you do it yourself, see, there's that one. And I definitely, that is too thick. I can feel that, I know that was a lot harder to tear. So I'm definitely going with the glassine and the sort of slightly thinner cardstock. I'm really happy with this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to play with. I'm going to stop rambling on. If you're new to crafting, let me know if there's something you'd like to learn or some products you'd like to learn about that I may have in my stash. I may not have everything. I know that, yeah, there's things coming up on embossing, heat embossing, not dry embossing, and alcohol inks. But I'd really like to know if there are other things you'd like to learn, because that helps me make sure that you're getting what you need to know. Is there something in your stash you don't know how to use? I may have something in my stash I don't know how to use. I bought gelatos when I had my inheritance. You'll hear when I had my inheritance a lot because I did up my craft supplies then, and I don't really use them. So we could explore gelatos together, or Yuti, or so many different things. Just let me know below. I know that there are a few things that I've got on my list, and they will happen, I promise. It's just getting through the hottest parts of summer so that I can get to doing things and not feeling like I'm going to boil to death in my lounge room. I do not have aircon, so that is why you see me looking all hot and sweaty and messy hair. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed me exploring using my new prize, which is the We Are Memory Keepers goodie bag guide. I love this. I think it will be a lot of fun once I get the hang of it a little bit more. I am definitely getting the hang of it, and I definitely think you should tear it with the pattern side down so that you're tearing away from the pattern so you avoid those white bits. But I think this is going to be a lot of fun to use, and I can see definitely using this for putting things in, be it a mini album, be it just some craft goodies. I just think that will be so cool for packaging. You can stamp it. You can do so many different things with this. You can use some of your ephemera, your stickers. If you have stickers that you don't use, you could just easily just add a couple of things of washi tape around the center or a piece of glitter washi around the center, and that would look so super cute. So there are lots of things to do with this. I'm sure you'll be seeing it again in my craft tutorials, especially when it comes to Valentine's Day and Easter, because let's face it, Love Day is coming and Easter is coming, and I don't have a lot of bunny things, so I'm probably going to do some packaging crafts and things. Anyway, I'm rambling and rambling because it's hot and I'm tired, and I ramble when I'm hot and tired. I hope you're having an amazing day. If you like this tutorial, I don't even know what to call it, prize pack, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought of this, whether you think it would be something that you would use, whether you think it's just a complete waste of time. Would you like to see more with it once I actually learn how to use it better? And as always, remember, you are incredibly amazing. I love each and every one of you, and you matter. Bye.